Hi there guys, welcome back to Dominion with Dean, and today we're going to cover exporting images. So as you can see, I've got a couple of images open in my Dominion catalog here already, and if you notice here, they're quite high resolution images, which are not really suitable for emailing and distributing. So we're going to talk a little bit about the export feature today, just to resize and reshape large groups of images together. So firstly, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to isolate a couple of these images. I'm going to select a couple of them and put them in a collection so that we can work with them quite easily independent from the large catalog. Okay, so let's just select a couple of them. Let's see. Great. Some images of the seagull. And there we go, there's another one. Okay, so these keywords I'm just going to tag quickly as promenade, and I'm going to assign the tags, and we're going to work with this group of images here now. Okay, so if you notice here, I've created a transparent PNG image that contains my copyright information on it. I've selected an image format with transparency in it so that it overlays quite nicely on the images that I'm going to be exporting. Right, so let's go back to my promenade images. I'm going to select all of them and select export copy to folder. Now, as you can see from this dialog, there's a couple of options that you can set on here, and we're going to go through them one by one. Okay, so the first is a destination folder. That's where you want to export these images to. And I want to export them to my desktop. And I also want Dominion to create a subfolder on my desktop. And I don't want to use any of these presets. I'm just going to give it a custom name. And my custom name is going to be Promenade Exports. Okay. And then you can see there are other options that you can use to rename the file. Say, for example, you want to put the custom name or other preset renaming options in there. You can select that from here. But I'm just going to leave it as is with the default name because I've already renamed all my images before importing them. Then there's just a conflict option here. For example, if the file already exists in that folder, say for example you're exporting files from different folders that have the same name and Dominion encounters a conflict during the export, there's various options that you can set here by asking what to do, skipping those ones that are the same, overwriting, etc. And then there's also an option to open the folder after the export and to preserve the file creation date during export. Okay, but we want to configure this option here, which is your transform options. And you notice here that you can also just briefly flip through the files that you've selected for export, I beg your pardon, and you can remove them from here. And it's pretty straightforward. You know, for example, if I see that these two are pretty similar, then I can choose to maybe skip this one over here. So that leaves me with 7 files, and I can just go through them quite quickly. Okay, so you can see there's various preset options that are already defined in here, and you can set up your own preset options by adding them and then tweaking your settings on here. So you'll basically select the file format that you want to export to, the quality of the export, your color profiles that you're going to apply, and then your different sizing options. You can choose to export at the original size, a percentage of the original size to fit within a certain amount of pixels, inches or centimeters, and you can tweak those settings over here. There's options for embedding your metadata, so you can choose to either leave all your classification and keywords out, include everything except camera info, or only to use the copyright information. You can include synonyms which were defined in your catalog. You can choose to flatten the keywords out, which means if you've got nested keywords in different hierarchies, you can flatten them out to only include one level. And then this is the one that we want to figure on today. But firstly, I just want to delete this preset because I'm going to use one of the predefined ones already. So I want to fit my image into a size 800 by 800 pixels for easy exporting because it's quite, it's quite a universal emailing size. So I'm going to go add watermark, and I'm going to choose customize, and this brings up the watermark dialog. So I'm going to choose that watermark that I've created, the PNG image. I'm going to open that from my pictures folder over there. I'm going to select it, and then you can see I get a preview of that over there. So I'm going to rename this to let me just see, my 800 by 600 watermark. And I want this to be positioned right in the center of the image. And then you can choose your opacity settings, whether you want it to be completely opaque or whether you want it to be transparent. But I'm going to leave it at about 80% because I want it to be quite prominent. And then I am just going to select, let me just see, where's this button now? Okay, and then you can see my watermark has been defined over there. Okay, so to recap, we have set our export settings over here. We've selected a preset, which is the 800 by 800 pixel. We created the watermark, and we've just ensured that we've got the watermark selected. And let's hit export. Right, and there we can see, let's just use the default photo viewer and have a quick flip through them, and as you can see, my images have been resized and watermark applied. Very good. Thank you for watching.